What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I got a scooter for today's review and this is from a company called VMax. This is their flagship model. This is the one for adrenaline junkies out there. This thing goes 34 miles per hour and it has two hub motors. And the cool thing about these motors is 2 times 450 watts each motor. But what's funny is their website says that it's actually 1,050 watts in total power with a peak power of 3,200 watts. So that's gonna be nice to keep you legal while riding around. We can also see our battery size right here, which is 18.2 amp hours. And with looking at the charger being 2 amps of total output, that means it's gonna take 9 hours to charge this thing from dead to full. And when you do need to charge it, it is on the rear right-hand side. And here's how I look standing on the scooter at about 5'9". I will say that the suspension feels non-existent, but I heard there's a break-in procedure that takes about 50 to 60 miles for the suspension to actually start getting a little bit more comfortable. But for now, it feels very firm. And the next thing I noticed is the handlebars are very low for how tall I am. The biggest thing I like about this scooter is the deck size. It's actually very wide and big, so if you have big feet, you're not gonna have an issue. It's 20 by 10 inches. The wheel setup is 10 by 2.75. One thing to note real quick, when you're airing these things up, you might need an adapter because this little thing right here is where you actually fill it with air. Now, if you're using a straight valve and trying to go in straight like this, it's not gonna work because the rotor is gonna get in the way. Even my portable air compressor would not fit. And you probably noticed that this does not have hydraulic brakes, especially for how fast it goes, but it does have regenerative braking, so it actually stops faster than I'd want, and we'll get into that later in the video. You get integrated lights on the left and right side, and you also have a dedicated headlight button to turn those on. This is how they look with the lights off in the garage. You be the judge of how good that looks. We'll do a separate video when we take it to work and test them out as well. You got integrated rear brake lights as well. When you push the brake levers, they do get brighter, so it's a nice safety thing. And here's how they look from a distance with the camera being out on the side. Definitely nice and bright when you hit them, but not that bright when you're not pushing the brake lever. Moving back to this deck really quick, I want to let you know it does have rubber on the top of it, which is very nice. And then you also get rubber on the rear footrest. So it's going to be very nice when riding once you kind of break in that suspension. Now the scooter does fold. You just have to loosen this up and take it all the way off. The only problem with this is that when you do fold it down, it has no locking mechanism. You got to make sure to move the display as well because it might hit the footrest. But it might make it a little bit awkward when trying to lift it up. Now you do have this nice little piece that you can kind of lift it and you can grab it from the back. And it's not that bad. It's around 65 to 68 pounds. It's a very light scooter. Let's move on to the top of the scooter. Let's start on the left-hand side with this grip. I like how they feel, but they also don't lock in place. So you're gonna notice that they do move, so be a little careful. It does take a little bit of force, but still they do ever so slightly move, especially if you hit slam on the brakes and your hand goes forward. Again, no hydraulic brakes, these are cable brakes, but we have regenerative braking on here, so it should be pretty good. You got a bell right here. That's no horn. You have a gear icon right up here, and if you do hit that, it's gonna go from your odometer to your trip time, and also the wattage down on the lower corner. And then if you hit this, or actually hold it, you're gonna see the D pops up right there, and that means that we are in dual motor if you want all that extra torque out of it. And then if you don't, you can go back and hold this button, which puts it in single motor. These buttons also work as up and down buttons if you wanna go to the power modes. So if you hit the S, which is funny, it's on the bottom, that actually raises your power, and then if you hit the D, which is on the top, it lowers it. I feel like these buttons should have been reversed, but it is what it is. The display on the other hand is gorgeous looking. I love that you can see your speed right in the middle. It does come shipped out in kilometers per hour, but it's very easy to change that. You just have to hold these buttons and you can get into the advanced settings. I love that you have a battery indicator right there that shows your percentage instead of just being a battery bar. So that's super nice. And then over here, what I was showing you earlier is that you do have a dedicated headlight button. And when you do turn that on, it doesn't look that bright. It's not even shining on the wall over there. So Don't think they're the best lights out there, but I do like the fact that they give you a dedicated button, and then you have your throttle right here, and then another same grip on the other side, and then you have a little bit of grip right here on the thumb, which is gonna feel very nice, and then of course your power off and on button right there, which turns it on and off, obviously. I think that should be everything that you guys need to know about this scooter, but I highly recommend, because the company did send this to me, I just wanna make that clear, still check out some other YouTube videos on the R55 Pro to make sure it's the right scooter for you, because there's gonna be some other pros and cons that other YouTubers talk about, but I try to go over a lot of it, and that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna put my GoPro on with the helmet. Let's get out there and ride. Perfect timing because my gardener just showed up and he's being very, very loud. All right, let's get out of here while my gardeners do work over there. Whoa, man, all right. These these handlebars are definitely way down here. You guys probably can't even see them on the wide GoPro. It's so, whoa, these brakes. I told you he was gonna get into the brakes, but I didn't think it'd be that early. But wow, that regenerative braking, man, I think it's a little bit too powerful. I wonder if there's a way to change that. I'm not exactly sure, but that is a little sketchy if you're not used to riding stuff like this. So you gotta be very gentle with the brakes. And I'm talking like, I barely touch it and it goes. So we're in power mode number 3, and I wanna see what the top speed is on single motor alone. And right now we are at 27. I gotta look so far down to these handlebars. 29. 30, there we go. I'm 170 pounds, to keep that in mind. If you're heavier than me, you might get a little bit slower speed. 31, there we go. All right, I'm gonna pull over here and I'm gonna switch it into dual motor. You know, it would have been a good idea if I would have tightened this all the way down, because I forgot after showing you guys how to fold it. That'd have been great. I don't want to go down. Don't want to get hurt today. All right, so we're in dual motor and you have to push this off, but you can go into the advanced settings. Oh man, front wheel's pulling out, baby. You can go into the settings and take off push start, and you can just have it go anytime you hit the throttle, which is a little unsafe if you're not used to it, but if you don't care about the push start, take that off. There we go, 34 miles an hour, I see it. They aren't lying. All right. Not too bad. I was expecting with my weight to probably get around 31 or 32. I'm gonna go with this car. Bye-bye, car. Now this doesn't have a top speed over 40, which is like a real adrenaline scooter, but it's good for the most part. It's definitely gonna be better than the ones that you rent, and they're almost about the same size. This is a very small scooter. It is bumpy though. I'm noticing that I'm feeling almost everything. I do like the back footrest back here. It feels really nice, and I love the wide deck. I feel like I could put my feet anywhere, but it is a little uncomfortable. My hands feel great though, the grips are good. I will say, if you're on a nice flat road that's nice and smooth, it definitely feels comfortable, especially if you're gonna be on a bike path or a walking path. But if you really have a lot of potholes in your area, it's not gonna feel that great, or at least for like the first, you know, couple miles. Gotta get used to this braking though. Like I'm like barely touching it little by little, and I'm just like flying back and forth. Thanks, brother. oh, doing a little burnout. I wasn't trying to fully stop on the scooter because I had to push to start. So I was really trying to keep my momentum going. All right, let's try out the speed test. We have no pedals, it's not a bike, so we're just gonna see how fast this thing goes by the end of the runway. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. Gotta push off with it. There we go. If you don't want it to pill out as much, just lower the power mode, or just lean a lot more forward. But dang, we're jamming. We're already at top speed. Yep, we're already pretty much at top speed. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, so there's no point in doing the second test right there because there's really nothing else we could do. I could put it back in single motor and show you guys, but you guys kind of already saw that earlier. It literally just gives you like half the power, it feels like. Now, if you do want to go slower and you're not trying to go this fast, if you put it in power assist mode 1, you can go about 12 miles per hour. If you put it in mode 2, you can go about 25 miles per hour, and then if you put it in 3, you just go as fast as this thing will go, which in the settings, it's adjusted to 61 miles per hour at the max. And what are these people doing? Why are you taking so long? Bye. Gotta be careful out in the streets. People don't know how to drive, even though I'm on the wrong side of the road, but it's a dead end, don't worry. No one is going to come out this way, just a bunch of big rigs. I can fit right under them, just Fast and Furious style. Oh, I got a bug in my eye. Ow, you stupid bug. All right, so this is where we do our hill climbing test, but real quick, out in the sun, just wanted to kind of show you what it looks like. What I really like about this thing is that it blends in like a factory, like rentable scooter, like something you find in San Francisco or something like that. It is so compact and small. You would never think that this thing does 34 miles an hour. And I feel like that's a good speed. It's not up there past 40 miles an hour, which it gives you that, you know, you need that professional type of ride and you got to know these things a little bit, because going 40 miles an hour on a scooter is pretty sketchy if you don't know what you're doing. So I feel like this kind of like medium ground, especially if you just put it at 25 miles an hour in mode number 2 and you're going to get some good range out of it. But I just kind of like that it's real sleek. It's all black. There's really no labels on it. They didn't put anything crazy on it. I would probably just take this little thing off, which is fine. It just tells you about the charger and all that kind of stuff, like a little warning label. Other than that, oh, and I would take this one off too. But I like how it's branded. I really, really like that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about how this thing looks. You just have one logo right there. It's nice. All right, so we're gonna do this hill test in single motor. So I'm gonna start right where these little rocks are at. So you see that? We'll start right there, and we're gonna see if it makes it up. And I'm still gonna be in power mode 3 because we are going up a hill, so you're gonna want most of the power. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. I do have to push off a little bit. Is it gonna make it? Look at that. Oh yeah, especially I started so close to the hill. That was beautiful. It went up at like no issue whatsoever. All right, let's try it in dual motor. And to show you I'm in dual motor. All right, let me line this thing up. I'm gonna start at the rocks again. I will have to get a push off. I'm a little worried about it like peeling out and everything like that, but it should make it up perfectly fine as long as I balance my weight right. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. Woo! Oh, 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 oh. Woo! All right, that's a little sketchy. The wheel was like peeling out and like jumping side to side, so definitely got to be careful. I was trying to ease on that throttle, so I don't even think I needed power mode 3. I think I could have went down into mode 2 or 1 and been perfectly fine with it not peeling out. Woo. Now, I don't really think this scooter is going to be great for off-road. The tires that they do have on it kind of have a little bit of tread to them. They're not like a straight street tire, but it doesn't have much. And I feel like with the suspension not being broken in yet, it doesn't feel that great. I'm not gonna knock it too many points because it's not really offered as like an off-road type of scooter. This is gonna be mostly for being on the street. Oh yeah, that was, ooh, that was rough. And I might even wanna put it in single motor because with the loose dirt, you definitely don't want to be peeling out anywhere. So I'm gonna put it on the rear motor so we can be safe, finish the rest of this review. I don't wanna die. Look at all this mud everywhere, everything dried up. Ooh, yeah, that's, it's bad. I would just definitely keep this thing on the streets. Ooh, especially the brakes. Keep it on the street. These brakes are so sensitive. Oh, this is a nice road to be on, nice and smooth. This thing is jamming. It really has good power, guys. It is not that bad. And if I haven't mentioned the price yet, which I'll mention at the end as well, is it's $1,500 right now on sale. Normally it's $1,900 or $1,800, but right now it's $14.99. And this is where I do my turning test real quick. I gotta be careful because I do not need that front wheel peeling out. It's so nimble to turn. It's like actually really scary to turn, if I could say that. A little bit of turning goes a long way on this thing. But now we're gonna do the braking test, guys. I'm gonna try to keep it at about 28 miles per hour. That's what we do our e-bikes and scooters and everything at. So we're gonna do it at the slab of cement. So I'm at 29 right now, but I let off. All right, that wasn't too bad. I didn't hold them fully because I didn't want to slide the whole entire time, but I technically kind of did. This is where we stop on our bikes. If they're really good, they stop behind that line. This stops slightly after it. And I think I want to do that test again because I think I can give it a little bit more braking power because I was like really easing onto it because I did not want to fly over the handlebars. So let me try that one more time. Let's see if we can get closer to this line. Here we go, guys. We can do it. This thing is fast enough. I don't have to go all the way down the street. Oh man, I'm already going too fast. Here we go, here we go. Oh, I tried. All right, so it's actually kind of consistent. I think we stopped about like right here the last time, roughly in this little patch. So this is the line right here. So the back tire is on the line. I slid a lot more than I did the first time, and I really slammed on them, really killing those tires right there. But not too bad for a scooter that goes pretty quick. I mean, that was at 28 miles an hour, but for my part, I think it passed the test pretty well. Oh, someone lost a shopping cart. Petco, come get your shopping cart. This is a part of the video. I just kind of ride it a little bit. We're gonna do this little loop-de-loop, and we're gonna come up this overpass. This doesn't really show the hill climbing ability. We're definitely gonna do that on our second video when I take it to work, which is also gonna be a range video as well, because I don't think I'm gonna charge this thing when I take it back to the house. So subscribe right now and like the video if you guys wanna see part 2. And then I'll know you guys wanna see it if you smash a like, please. Let's get this video over 250 likes. I'd really appreciate it. What I want to do right now is I want to come down the overpass and I want to see if it limits our speed or not. I don't think it is, but I also want to see how fast it's going to allow us to go. Come on, light, turn green. Turn green, light. Come on, let's go. Trailblazer, trying to race. Trying to race. Only if I had a faster scooter, but this thing is pretty good for what it is. So I'm not seeing any more top speed, just 33 miles per hour. That's it. All right. I mean, maybe you have a longer hill to go down, but for me personally, I only saw 34 max. And Petco, come get your cart again. Whoa, what happened here? Okay, big pothole. Sinkhole or something, some water. Let's see how much power we're getting out of this thing. I got to move the display up. Can you guys see that? It's a little hard because the handlebars are so low. So we're at 0 watts right now. Ooh, I saw 28, 29, 3,000 watts. All right, it's pretty good for our battery being at 69% under throttle. Not too bad. Now that we're at top speed, I'm seeing about 14 to 1,500 watts. Yeah, that's not bad. Don't hit me, truck. Don't hit me. I'm on a little scooter. You're gonna run me over. Oh, he's turning. All right, go faster, truck. Go faster. Oh, the popos. One thing to mention, it's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker, nothing is. There's no turn signals, so sometimes scooters will have turn signals. This one doesn't. Now that I have about 7, almost 8 miles on the odometer, I'm hearing a slight humming noise, and it's probably been there the whole time. I've just been more focused on reviewing this thing than anything. But I've noticed that there is a humming noise, and I don't know if it's from the tire itself or it's from the motor. I think it's from the tire. But you can just hear it, you know, kind of humming along. I have a full face helmet on, just keep that in mind. It's gonna be slightly louder if you have a half helmet that's not blocking your ears. But just something I wanted to mention, not a deal breaker either. Most of this stuff makes noise at the end of the day, but it's quieter than anything that's, you know, gonna be gas. All right, so I just stopped. I've done 8 miles in total. It doesn't give us the dots though, so it doesn't tell me if it's like 8.2 miles or 8.5 miles. It just says 8 miles in general. And I'm noticing my battery keeps going down little by little. You see that? 57%. It started at like 60. And it was going down. Maybe it's going to catch up, you know, after the voltage sag and stuff and go back up. So now I'm thinking I won't probably be able to do a range test going back and forth to work, because if I'm already almost halfway done and I got to go like 9 or 9.5 miles to work, it's not going to make it. I'm really liking this power, especially when I come around corners and everything like that. It just has the power instantly as soon as you hit the throttle. And it's just enough power to kind of get you up to speed, but of course it tops out. It doesn't keep on going, but that's okay. It feels nice and safe. I don't feel unstable on it. It's feeling really good. Please don't go. Do not go. Why are you gonna sit there the whole time and then wait until I'm there to go? What the hell? Oh, rocks, rocks. Woo! Oh, pothole, pothole. All right, still not very smooth, but I do feel like the scooter is getting a little tiny bit better. Still not the best. I've been on like better ones, but still, so far so good. Wasn't even turn to go, buddy. All right, guys, I'm back, and my eyes are on fire because I think I hit a lot of bugs. It's like bug season right now. The weather's changing, all the trees are blooming and stuff's flying off of them. But anyways, you guys aren't here for that. You want to know my final thoughts on this scooter. And by the time I got back to my house, I did 10 miles. That's just, it just says 10. I don't know if that's 10.5, 10.1, 10.0, I don't know. But it says 10 miles on here. I'm at 54%. which is telling me that this scooter is roughly gonna get about 19 to 20 miles of range with the weight of me being on it at 170 pounds. Keep in mind, if you're heavier, you're gonna get less range. If you're lighter, like a $125 or so, you're probably gonna get maybe 25 miles of range. It's also gonna go a little bit slower. If you're heavier, it's gonna go faster if you're lighter. So just keep that in mind. But I like the scooter overall. It's actually not a bad price for 1,500 bucks. All the links will be down in the description for the affiliate and stuff like that. I could probably give you a discount on this scooter, so check that down below, or I'll put it up on the screen so you can check that out. I like it overall. It wouldn't be a scooter technically for me, but I love the fact that it looks stealthy and it's good for just, you know, getting around small cities and compact areas, and it goes fast enough to always get up to speed from those lights when you're stopped. And it's not scary. It's adrenaline seeking scooter is what they say on the website, but it's not overly scary where you're gonna feel like you're gonna fall off of it. It doesn't feel like that. It handles pretty good. Turn-in radius isn't that crazy, but you don't really need that on a small scooter like this. This is really gonna be great if you need a compact scooter that blends in, doesn't look super expensive, but also goes a good high top speed, and you can fold it up and put it into your car. This would have been a nice scooter for me to take to San Francisco when I went on my last trip, because this thing goes fast and it's compact. That's what I really love about it. So if you guys, all right, I think we're recording now. I had to get another battery because my camera died. So where we left off is if you need a compact scooter that's decently fast, under $1,500, with links down in the description for a discount code, it's not bad. Like, I really feel like it's a pretty decent scooter for the price. And I'm gonna leave it on that note. You guys drop a comment and let me know. You guys can check me out in the second video when I take it to work, and we'll see how that does. And I love you guys. You guys are the true MVPs. Peace out, be safe while riding.